I'm so excited because I'm wait this day from 4 years.
Malak El Zain immigrated from Lebanon to join her husband in 2016. Today, she is taking the oath of allegiance, the last stage of the citizenship process.
So who's going to be our new citizen today?
Me.
Raise your right hand. I hereby declare
I hereby declare
that I will support
that I will support
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States of America.
of the United States of America.
Are you looking forward to voting in November's election?
Yeah, I'm looking for voting.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a responsibility. The responsibility to vote in a federal election. For that, I'm excited.
Newly naturalized citizens are one of the fastest growing groups of voters. And just like El Zain, every person we spoke with planned to vote this November.
So how does it feel?
It feels great.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I just can't wait till I go and register to vote.
What are you looking forward to now that you're naturalized?
Voting.
Voting.
Freedom to vote.
But thousands of people who could have become citizens this year won't. The United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, put oath ceremonies and immigration interviews on hold because of COVID-19. Since USCIS reopened offices in June, the agency says they have cleared the backlog of people scheduled for oath ceremonies over the summer. But citizenship interviews have slowed to a crawl. And so it's estimated that nearly 300,000 people won't be naturalized in time to register to vote. That includes 5,500 people here in Michigan.
Do you think that has any capacity to swing the needle?
Absolutely. So I can say that in the 2016 election, Trump won the state by 10,000 votes. So 6,000 votes is a substantial number, especially given that the vast majority of people that we work with want to vote.
Ruby Robinson represents immigrants applying for citizenship and asylum in Michigan.
I have dozens and dozens of clients who I helped apply for naturalization in December and January and February and March, and prior to that as well, none of whom have had their interviews even scheduled. So all these people who applied in the past on the assumption that they would become citizens in order to participate in this election, that's not going to happen for them.
Why do you think there are these delays?
Essentially, this pandemic is an opportunistic infection and an opportunistic way for this administration to delay the number of people who are able to become citizens. Yes, there are oath ceremonies happening. Yes, there are interviews happening, but they are not happening at the scale or at the rate that are needed to happen in order to get through this backlog.
Newly naturalized citizens are a very active voting bloc, and that's especially important in an election year where 1 in 10 eligible voters will be an immigrant.
Rebecca is one of Robinson's clients. She's originally from Costa Rica, but immigrated to the U.S. 21 years ago. She asked to remain anonymous.
Why did you want to not show your face to us?
Because I don't want to get in troubles or have problems with my naturalization.
How long have you been waiting for your citizenship interview?
I've been waiting for 8 months,
And the process is usually supposed to be how long?
like 3 months.
Do you think that you'll get it in time to vote in the election?
I don't think so.
How does that make you feel?
Bad because it was my first time, but I can't.
At the Republican National Convention, President Trump conducted a televised naturalization ceremony. The gesture was a sharp contrast to the immigration policies championed by his administration.
You followed the rules, you obeyed the laws, you learned your history, embraced our values.
Since the shutdown in March, the Trump administration has directed more than 60 executive actions to restrict immigration even more, like halting asylum claims at the southern border, attempting to deny visas to lottery winners, and suspending temporary work programs. When asked for comment, USCIS stated that it has prioritized scheduling naturalization interviews while abiding by CDC guidelines. Agency representatives say that they are on pace to naturalize 600,000 new citizens this year. Last year, the number was 834,000. But some USCIS workers feel that the agency is using COVID as a pretext to limit legal immigration. We spoke to one staff member anonymously.
It's very blatant, and one of the things that we've come to understand, and one thing that we say is cruelty is the point. The purpose is significantly to stop legal immigration from happening.
How do you know that this is a political effort and not just the result of COVID or, bureaucracy?
I mean, at the end of the day, yes, immigration is a bureaucracy, and there's always going to be administrative side effects just with like simple policy changes. But that's not what this is. COVID was just the most recent setback in immigration, and we thoroughly believe that the administration took full advantage of COVID and was using that as an excuse for a lot of the things that were happening.
What do you think about all of these slowdowns sort of coming down right before election season?
Just with how we know this administration thinks, with just how we know how, the policies, the way they've been enacted, it does seem like there might be an agenda behind that.
USCIS representatives said that the slowdowns and naturalizations ahead of the election are not politically motivated. But the stakes are high. All of those missing votes could cost someone the White House, and it may not be necessarily the person that you were thinking.
If you could vote in November, who would you vote for?
I say Trump, but right now I cannot vote anyway, so who cares?